All right, we'll start in a minute or two. All right. All right, let's get it started here. Okay, let me double check. All right. All right. Move a couple things. Okay. All right, welcome to the live session. Wednesday, July 9th, 2015. So let's get started here. Yes, continues on this breakout. Okay. So this breakout is it's been ongoing, right? We didn't really get no real pullback initially. Let's see, we got our 1, 2, 3, 4. Essentially, this could all be 3 right here, and this could be 4, and this could be 5. But it's just keep going. It just keeps going. So, what do? We don't fight the trend, right? If it's gonna keep going, we keep going. Okay, all-time breakout was here. All-time breakout was here. And we broke out of that. And now we're forming a bull flag type of pattern on the weekly. Okay. On the daily, we've kind of been consolidating. And if it's gonna form this big bull flag portion on the weekly, then I don't know if we're gonna go higher this week on SPY at least. I think we might stay. I mean, if it keeps going, it keeps going. But if this pattern persists the next 2 days, then I think that we will be in a pullback area around 62.20. Possibly retest the previous high, but I would say 6200 to 6220 would be a nice pullback area for a buy for that weekly bull flag if that happens. 6220 would be around right here. Okay, around right here. If that pulls back, is there. If it retests the all-time highs, that would be right here at was it 61.66? Is it? Yes, 61.66.50. That's previous highs. Okay. All right. Okay. If it keeps going, if we keep going, let's see, 6,400. $64.50. at 6,500. Okay, so we see the previous highs are right at the 20 SMA. 20 SMA is acting as a support area. So that's been doing good. That has been holding out good. Let's see if I find a support here in this area. Let's see. Okay. For now, we'll just hold it as that. Okay. We're probably going to continue to chop here sideways. If we do break out, we could possibly, go higher. But I'm thinking that we probably maintain that chop. It's been choppy all week. Probably chop a little bit more into the week, and then maybe pull back a little bit next week, and then set up and then go possible. Depending on what this weekly candle looks like, because from what it's looking like now, it's looking like a pullback next week. If it stays this way, and we could pull back and then rally back up, and then take off next week. That's possible. Okay, this week, not really sure we're gonna break those highs. I think we consolidate. I think we don't pass that 63.33. In order for it to be a nice weekly bull flag, I don't think it's going to pass that. If we pull back, I think it could be a good setup as long as we don't break that 61.66. We could come tap it, but if we break through it and stay below it, then we have a problem there. But if we hold above that 62.20 and we hold up there, and we stay in this consolidation between these two levels of 62.20 and 63.33, then that'd be a nice setup for a nice weekly bull flag. Then we could go higher next week, or into next week, at the end of the week, into the next week as well. Now, if we do break out, then that weekly bull flag is not going to happen, and we're going to have to set up some other place, maybe 6,500, 6,450, maybe even 6,400. But for right now, sideways consolidation all week. Monday and Tuesday were whatever. Today we had a pretty good day in the markets. Volume has been kind of low, especially on that past Friday. So that was kind of, or actually Thursday, right before 4th of July. So that was kind of iffy right there with that low volume. But market's holding up so far. Volume is still a little low. It's not as low as it was, but consolidation brings low volume. That's nothing new. But consolidating, I think that we stay in between these areas for this week. I'm not sure that we break out. If we do, then we're not going to be pulling back next week for that weekly bull flag. If we do consolidate, I would expect more of a pullback towards that 62.20, maybe a little bit lower, and then a rally into next week, later in the week. So with that on ES, not to say that it doesn't look good. It looks decent. Consolidation. RSI stays above that 50. Squeeze forming. It's positive. It's not that it doesn't look bad. Looks good. We just gonna see if it consolidates though, or if we just go sideways, continuing this sideways motion. Because if we continue this sideways motion, we should maintain between these levels here. Between these levels and consolidate in between those into this chop week. Okay, so that's what I'm possibly seeing. But if this trend line here, continues to hold, then we could definitely continue on higher. We could definitely continue on higher if this trend line holds. If it doesn't hold, we go sideways in here. This consolidation, and then possibly dip below, buy it up here, come back inside next week, and push it on up. Okay. All right. Let's move on to SPY. All right, SPY here. See here. All right, let's get all this off so we can see better. Okay. All right. Okay, so on SPY we have a bull flag forming on the daily here, and consolidating in between that 617.63 and 626. All right, nice bull flag forming. Okay, it's holding above the support area. Again, we consolidate sideways. Then let's see this weekly here. This weekly, will form some kind of hanging man area, and then next week we'll see if we get to push on up, push on higher. But that's kind of the feeling I'm getting. Even though it's a beautiful bull flag, looks nice. I'm not sure if it will go this week or if it consolidates more. I feel like it's going to consolidate a little bit more and go sideways. But if we do break out, targets are 632, 67, 640. Okay. If we consolidate here, we got 617.60 and 626 in between there, our support and resistance area. Okay, we could possibly pull back to that 613 area, which was previous all-time highs. Yeah, that 613 area. Okay, that 613 area that was previous all-time highs, we could possibly touch that real quick and then come back and then rally on up. But everything still looks good. Strong market. Not seeing not seeing crazy weakness, not seeing anything I should be worried about. On the weekly, we broke out all-time highs on a strong volume. That's good. Holding above there, that's good. Okay. Now this area here, we got to just watch what this candle is going to do this week. So this candle stays below 626. Okay, then we're going to see, okay, next week, do we go through? Do we break out? We run it. or do we pull back? What are we gonna do? And then we'll see what happens there. But so far, market's not signaling anything other than continuing the uptrend. So if it continues the uptrend, then we continue on the uptrend. All right, that's basically it with the markets, the SPY and ES. You know, if they're saying that they're going to continue going, then you know, that's what we got to follow. We got to follow suit. We got to follow suit on that and see you know, how high we're going to go. We're going to keep on going, because if we're going to keep on going, then this market, you know, can continue on to 650 and more. All right, let's go into the Qs and NASDAQ here. Let's see here. All right. So again, on the SPY 4 hour, squeeze looks good. Okay, RSI looks good, above 50 holding. Squeeze looks good, setting up. You know, what did Bitcoin push to all-time highs today? You know, so that's an indication that's, you know, the markets are gonna push as well. You know, we don't see any weakness there. There's a little weakness on Bitcoin not kind of following through yet. But it could easily do that tomorrow. We'll see. But right now, all markets are generally strong right now. So there's no need to think that you know, crazy things. But you know, anything could happen any day. But so far, things are very strong. Okay. All right. NASDAQ. Okay. Okay, NASDAQ. Okay. All right, NASDAQ setting up. It's already all-time highs. You know, it did break that bearish divergence, but it is putting in like another little divergence here. But we will see how this ends, because they broke the bearish divergence here. Now it's putting in another little bearish divergence here. We'll see exactly how this one works out. You know, we're still following suit. I didn't really like this breakout here. I didn't like that breakout here. I didn't like that breakout here because we broke out, fell back inside, couldn't get back out, got back outside today, and then kind of just washing around this area breakout. But if we hold above that area and we continue to push, we're going to go to 23,239, 23,425. But as you can see, you know, we made a high, came back. Okay, didn't make no highs, made a new high today, but then it came back below that high. So it's very wishy-washy right here. Okay, and that's, you know, and with the bearish divergence on there, not looking too strong in that. It's either it's going to pull back here again, and we're going to wishy-wash some more, or we're actually going to hold and then push through and get away from all of this. Because this chop around right here and this not following through with this new high, just kind of like Bitcoin did today, it is a concern. It's a concern to watch. It is a concern to worry about. You know, the market's being weak in breakouts. We don't like that. So if it's going to be weak in its breakout, we don't want to. 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 We don't want to see that. Okay, and that's you know, and with the bearish divergence on there, not looking too strong in that. It's either it's going to pull back here again, So we can see it a lot better on QQQ. Okay, so QQQ had a breakout here. We had a breakout here, gap up, breakout. Okay, came back, gap filled, held it, then pushed again. Try to break out again today, failed the breakout. So we don't like to see that. That's not a good thing to see. So, you know, this is gonna be cautious on tomorrow if this pulls back or not. You know, we have an indecision candle as well. Indecision candle on a false breakout, not the best. Not the best to be looking at. So, questionable, right? It's very questionable there. We don't like that kind of action. So tomorrow's gonna actually tell us what's gonna happen. So if we go sideways, you know, it's just chop. Okay, if we drop, then we have a problem. You know, then we're gonna be coming back down a 10-point drop to 546. Okay, and then that's gonna be 2 false breakouts. And that's gonna be weakness, and we're probably gonna revisit our previous highs at 540. So that could be signaling that top right there. Could be. Okay, if we drop and we're going lower than 552, then that's signaling, okay, this might have topped out right there. Okay, so QQQ is signaling that. SPY isn't. SPY isn't. ES isn't. But NASDAQ and QQQ are. So we need to be cautious more on tech if we have that confirmation tomorrow on the downside. Okay. Okay. Let's see the 4-hour here. All right, so okay, so as long as we maintain and hold this bull flag there, we should be good for another potential break. We got a squeeze forming on the 4-hour and holding above the RSI on the 50. So that's good. That's good. Everything's good on that. Okay. So we got to maintain above 555 for this bull flag. If we could do that, we could set up and try it again. But yeah, keep that in mind. So far, it looks okay still. But if we do drop below that 552 area, then we're gonna be in trouble on the tech and the Qs. All right. IWM looks good. It has a bull flag on the daily set up. It broke out today. Broke out. Put his head above that breakout point. Right there. If it holds above 223.33. Holds above there, then we should be going to 225, 229. If we get back under it, then coming back down to the support here, 219, 220. And then if that doesn't hold, we come back here at 215. We hold above that 223. We continue on to that 225, 229 area. All right, the diamonds, DIA. Diamonds have not broken out of all-time highs yet. I mean, IWM hasn't either. But we came back towards the all-time highs here at 550. Okay. So that 550 area, that's going to, 550, 551 area is going to be our target. It does have a bull flag there for me. Bull flag there, set up. Okay. That pushes. We got to break that 448.86. Okay, we break that. We go 451, possibly 455. If we could break that 451 area, that happens, that'd be great. If that doesn't happen, it's on that top. It's near that top area. It's in that top area. So if it comes over there, so this is, see, weekly here is looking like it's forming a bull flag as well. So that's another reason it's signaling to me that we're not going to break out this week. We're not going to go higher this week. So if that does it, break out and break that highs this week, then we're going to consolidate this week into next week and then set up for either a pullback or a push into next week. So we'll see more of that, but all of the markets are putting in some kind of hammer or hanging man. So if that happens, then the next week we're either gonna consolidate more or we're gonna pull back and then maybe rally up and break out on that weekly. So tends to be it's looking more like a choppy week than anything. Okay, and in general and overall, I think that it's going to be more of a sideways week, or a pullback week, pullback to sideways week. But of course, those cues break out, market could continue to follow suit. All right. Okay. All right, let's get into some stocks here. Okay. SMCI. SMCI is in a daily bull flag. It breaks 50.55. It's going to go to 52.70, 53.26, and make its way towards 56. Okay. That's been the same analysis that it's been. Same thing. All right, Tesla. It's been holding this 300 level, and it's been holding that strong area level there. It's been holding there in this, here. It's been holding it here. I think it continues to hold it. I think it's consolidating. Problem is it's below its 50 RSI. Like to see it try to come back up. Tesla has been very volatile, very volatile, very, very volatile. But we have very, very strong support right here at that 300 level, 290 to 300 level. So is it a good hold? Is it a good buy at this level? Yes. But I would buy longer term, like I bought those leaps, or those not even leaps, the January calls for 400. I think those are good plays. We were just at 374 or 370, weren't we? We were at 367. So close, almost 370. Okay, so we get back there and say a month, those 400 calls are going to be worth a lot. Okay, we get to 375 in a month or two, even 3 months, those 400 calls are going to be up a lot. Okay, and if we even get to 400 in the next, because I think I got September calls too. in the next month or two, those are gonna be doing pretty well as well. But this area right here, I think it's a buy zone, buy area. All right. Okay, micro strategy. Okay, we've been digging in this one for a little while here. It's been consolidating. We hit that double bottom or double reversal here, and then we held, came back, hit that again for a triple bottom, and then came back up, formed a nice little flag. We had a nice day today. We had a squeeze fired off today. RSI looks great. Stochastics looks great. This is one of the stocks that looks really good right now. Looks really good. On the weekly, nice bull flag, signaling that it wants 480 to 500. Looks great. On the daily, we see that the bull flag targets that we see here are 425 and 444. So we broke out today. And that 418 level, once we pass that, we should get 425 and 430. It looks good so far. With the squeeze breakout, our side looks good. Good volume on the breakout. Okay. 4 hour. 4 hour just chilling, hanging out as well. Bull flag setting up on the 4 hour. We can see that we're above that consolidation. We're above this consolidation here. Above that consolidation. That looks good. This time it tried to break out. It came back in. This time it held it. So this one looks good. It looks like it's ready to go. Squeeze on the 4 hours firing. Squeeze on the daily is firing. And then squeeze on the 1 hour is firing. 1 hour bull flag set up. And that's set up for 420, 425. So this one is a solid looking stock currently. Out of everything that I just looked at today, that one looks great. That one looks like a nice one. All right. Okay, QCOM. Qualcomm. All right, Qualcomm. Qualcomm is putting in a possible ascending triangle here. It's just been kind of wishy-washy everywhere. Let's see here. Okay. So Qualcomm. All right. Qualcomm, every time it pops around this level, drops here, popped here, dropped here. Now it's holding. It's holding above its 200 SMA, holding the trend line. Okay, if this could break above that 162 and hold it, we could make a move to 167 and 175. But this one looking, as long as it's holding that 200 SMA, not too worried. But I don't like these two double stars right here. These two right here. It's just it's signaling rejection, sideways, and then this is like barely holding on to that 200 SMA. The volume is low, so not too bad. But I'm feeling like this could also just go sideways for a little bit. Um, but I would like to see some volume get it come in on it and it break out. If it could break out that 162, it could go 167. All right. Okay, Intel. All right, Intel. Intel's in this channel. It's in this channel and it's going higher. It's just gonna take its time. It's been steadily going in that channel. So, whether it's going to go sideways a little bit and chop around, as long as it stays above that 23 area, it chops around here. It's going to be going to 24 and more. Intel's a good long. Whether you want to play it long or short, I say long is better. The short term, these ones will probably chop you up. I like the big breakout yesterday. Okay, today kind of just went sideways, like all semis. It looks good. It's stuck in the channel. Now here's your two things about being in a bullish channel like this. You already are kind of near the top. It doesn't mean you're at the top, but you're near it, so you could go sideways. You have a lot of room sideways, and then you could have another big day. Okay, so that's why this stock is better be long than try to play it short every week. Unless there's some kind of news or some kind of bullishness or some kind of volume coming in, I wouldn't play the short. I would play it longer. I'd play it longer. Okay. The stock. Only good thing I could say about this stock is the RSI is above 50. Okay, RSI is above 50. Moving. I mean, it's above the 20 SMA, but it's been above the 20 SMA and rejected the 50 quite a few times. So it's doing that now. It needs to be above 43.57. I think I said that before. It needs to be above that 43.57. It looks like it's trying, but it's still not above there. Once it's above there, then it has a chance to try to get above that 100 SMA. You need above that 43.57, and then it could be stronger. But you need above 54.50 to even think about it's developing a new uptrend. Because this has been a downtrend, and it's still in a downtrend. Even though it's up right here, it's still in a downtrend. So could it be a good opportunity? Could, but I would like to see it above 43.57, and more importantly, more above 54.50. Okay. All right, GH Guardian Health. Price action is really wacky. A lot of consolidation. On the weekly, though, we could see that we have a lot of resistance over here. We got a lot of resistance over here. It has a nice base. Okay, so this is the base here. Has a nice base here, and it's holding that base. These are all good targets. These are all good targets, but we need to get above and break out. Looks good. Got a squeeze on the weekly. Looks good on the monthly. Above its 50. That looks good. On the daily, has a squeeze for me. It's just a matter of time. Has a cup and handle. Looks good. It's just a matter of time. You could be long the stock, long it, but it's gonna take its time, and it's been taking its time. It's been what 4 or 5 weeks. That's just going sideways. So maybe it's time to go this week or next week, or maybe it's any more time. But I would be long this one, but I would give it time. I would buy time on it. I wouldn't anticipate this as a lotto or a weekly. Although it could go because of how long it's been consolidating and the setups, but again, stocks that consolidate a lot can continue to consolidate a lot. So I would definitely be long this, but I would definitely buy time on it. All right. All right, Exact Sciences. We got weekly support here, 5150. We're hitting the 200 SMA. RSI is above 50. Squeeze forming. Stochastics coming up. This looks good for a long-term play. This one consolidates a lot too. Consolidate a lot. It's on a downtrend. So it's like a descending triangle here. It's trying to break out, but it hasn't broken out yet. It looks good for a breakout. Nice bull flag. Ready to go. It breaks out. It's going to have some trouble here at 58.86. But if it gets through there, we go 63 and 70. That could be nice. Okay. So would I be long this? Yeah, I'd be long it. I'd be long this. But I would buy time, just like the last one. I'd be long it, but I'll buy time. Okay. Palantir. That's the stock that keeps fighting, right? It just keeps going higher. So, I would just suggest, honestly, on this one. We have so many. So we had bearish divergence here and it fell. We had bearish divergence here. Okay, it broke through and then fell and then came back and now we're here again. Okay. So, Palantir, I would let's see, just clear all this out. On a monthly aspects, it just keeps going higher, right? Okay, RSI is at 94. Okay. If you want to really own this stock, just like we have a big giant divergence here on the weekly. If you want to own this stock, it is AI, it is military, probably going to be one of the best military stocks there. And military stocks are in $300-400 ranges. So once they start integrating with other companies, if they do, this could go a lot higher. Right now, I see a lot of divergences there, but every time it drops, it just gets bought up. So if you don't want to go through the roller coasters of this stock, I would just buy long. Buy long leaps. Buy long leaps. Let's see. 61%. Okay, maybe 2 years, a year and a half out is too much. Today, July. June, July, June. Okay. And they're a little expensive. $2,500 each for some, leaps. But if you believe in the stock and you think it's going to keep going, why not? Okay, even for this January, $1,600. You pay $1,600 for this January, or you pay $2,600 for next June. So the choice is yours. But right now, the price action is not the greatest. The RSI is looking fine on the daily, at least. Stochastic's looking fine. The RSI does have those. RSI does have those divergences, but it keeps fighting it. So as long as it's above that 50 right now, I can't argue with it. It's going to keep fighting. If it's above its 20 SMA, it's trending up. It's not making any lower lows, so it's on an uptrend. It's on an ugly uptrend. Not here, but here. The patterns are a little wacky, but it looks like it looks like a strong stock. I'm not gonna lie and say it doesn't. Do I like the price action? Not really. Is it a lot all over the place? Yeah, but if you want to keep buying the dip on this, maybe that's gonna work out for you. It looks like it's been working out for the past 4 months, right? But I guess that's the whole market, right? So military stock, AI stock, it's almost like you can't lose, right? Because it's a military stock and an AI stock. So buy it. Okay, Google still in this channel. Okay, broke out here, rallied up to the same high here, 181. Okay, pulled back. Okay, came back, pulled back, hit the 200 SMA and the 20 SMA, held the channel. Okay, we have a bull flag here. We have an indecision candle with the downtrend and a bullish harami. So if we go higher tomorrow, this is going to go higher and it's going to break out. So Google still looks good. Still AI stock, still quantum computing stock. Okay, I don't think, every time Google drops and has issues and and has this and that. It drops. But once Google has some great news about it, it's gonna take off. It's gonna take off, and it's gonna go. It's gonna go to 200. I say Google goes to 200 in the next month and a half. So end of August, it should be 200, if not sooner, if not by next month right now. So August 9th. So I think Google will be $200 by then. Especially if the market keeps going, there's no reason Google shouldn't be closer to all-time highs. And all-time highs is 207. So I don't see how that's going to be possible. Yeah, Google looks fine to me. Still looks fine. I think next week we probably go. This week probably not. Next week probably yes. Probably we go 186 to 190 next week. That will be a big move. So 186 to 190 next week. If not even this week. This week could rally up to 181 again and more. Maybe even 186. I doubted MicroStrategy today that it would hit 415, and it did. So I'm not gonna doubt Google could hit that 187, 186 this week. But Google still looks good. All right, Circle. Circle dropped here. Now, Circle is a company who allows other companies to deal in coins and crypto, right? So take payment processing from coins and crypto. So if crypto keeps going higher and coins are going higher, I don't see why this one shouldn't go higher as well. It hit 212.98 immediately in the morning and dropped. Okay. But it held the uptrend channel. And I think it continues to hold. And I think that this bull flag set us up. And we still have a shot to break out of that 213. And if that breaks out of that 213, it goes 220, possibly 225. Okay. RSI is below 50 on the hourly. That's not good. But as long as we don't break below 197 this week, then I feel like this. If we get back over 202.75, the bull flag is perfectly intact. We set up, and we can still rally on. This is a risky stock, just like Tesla. I said it's Tesla's step brother, step sister, whatever you want to call it. But it acts the same. It's a high flyer. It's a very volatile stock. It's gonna go high. It's gonna go high, and then it's gonna go low. It's gonna go high, then it's gonna go low. But that's why you play stocks like this, right? It's the bigger the risk, the bigger the reward. You could bring in a 300% on this one in a day or two, and it could eat all your money in a day or two as well. But the thing about the stocks like that, it could eat all your money in a day, and the very next day it could give it all back to you, and or in the next 2 days it'll give it all back to you, or the next week it'll give it back to you and more. The trick is not to run out of money before it gives it back to you, right? That's the key. That's what happens when you play risky stocks like this. But so far, still looks good. Still in an uptrend. Still making higher highs. Still hasn't broke any lows. It's trending up still. Still has a bull flag on the 4 hour. Nothing looks terrible. It's just that resistance. 213 is the resistance, and it hit that, it hit that in the morning and then fell. Okay, so if you didn't get out, you didn't get out in the morning, it ate you. But how many times have Tesla did this? Several times. Several times. So, that's why we call it, related to those types of stocks. All right. But overall, I like the stock, especially with crypto going higher. I think it's an attractive stock. I think that it will do well. I think it will do well, and it continue to do well. We see coin and MicroStrategy go higher. I think that it will go higher. This one will go higher as well. I know it didn't go with it today, but who knows? Maybe it's setting up for tomorrow or the next day, right? Setting up for whatever action is being involved. Now, the only thing that we have to worry about with this type of stock is another competitor that is bigger. Like say Coin is going to back some things like that, or some other company that's bigger, or Microsoft is going to back coins, or something like it. Meta's going to back coins, right? Meta tried to do coins before. Maybe they try to do it again, and maybe they set that up. Otherwise, this one's the one to focus on for now. All right, Apple. Okay, Apple broke out of the symmetrical triangle, down then up. Okay, now we're in a bull flag. We're in a bull flag on the daily. We're right below that 100 SMA. Okay, we had a reversal today and held that 209.70 for that support. Okay, now if we follow through, break through, we should be able to break through and go higher. But, looking at this and everything, I think we're going to consolidate for a little bit, especially if the market does, because of this big wick right here. I think we'll go higher a little bit, like 213, 212. But I think it consolidates, and then we set up, and then we break out to go higher to 220 and 226. But it still looks good. Still looks bullish. Still like the next week's calls for 215, and I think that it's a nice bull flag. Okay, RSI is above 50, squeeze firing up. Stochastics just hanging out. Everything looks fine. Looks fine right there to me. Daily looks good. Okay. All right. So, I know there's news on Apple all the time, and Apple hasn't been doing well like last year, this year. But I feel like it's trying to shake the cobwebs. I think it's like trying to shake the cobwebs now, and I think it made a new high from here. That's good. We're setting up bull flag here. I think it wants to start going now. I think it's shaking the cobwebs out, and I think that it wants to come back here to the 240, 250 area. I think this is where it wants to go. That's where it wants to go. I think it wants to go here and then hang out there for a little while. But I think this is a nice setup. I think the next rally on up higher, I think Apple continues to run it to 240. I think so. So I think 30 more points until it slows down again. So I think that I'm probably going to get some long 230, 240 calls for maybe September. September 230 or 240 calls, or both. I'm gonna probably dabble in those tomorrow. 230 and 240 calls for September 19th. 72 days out. I think Apple hits there within the next 2 months. Okay. The video. Okay. The video had that rising wedge. Didn't do anything. It went sideways. Then we rallied on up. Had this bull flag. I was worried about this false breakout. Came back in, and then it broke out, hit first target, 163, and then pulled back a little bit, closed under that. And now if we get back over that, we could probably continue on to 169. But right here, it's signaling, hey, that's good resistance. That's good resistance there on good volume. So look at that. It is forming a bull flag there. So that bull flag needs to get back over that 163.24. You can see that's good resistance. We get back over there. I don't like the long wick. That tells us consolidation's coming. And it did consolidate like all day. And it's right at the $4 trillion mark. I wouldn't be surprised if it consolidates there a little longer. And then maybe pushes a little bit higher next week. But we did break all-time highs. Okay, and it looks like it's going. So, am I bullish it still? Yes. Still looks great. Still looks bullish. Okay. Still looks great. Still looks bullish. You just need to get back. You need to get back over that 163.24, and then you could go higher. If not, you kind of come back and wishy-washy right here between 158 and 163. Okay, coin. Simple. It's a bull flag. Breaks 182, it goes 405, 429. What else you want me to say? That's all there is to say. That's all there is to say. Coined. Okay. Baba, I said it was in a downtrend. I said it was trash. I said to stay away from it. It's going to go down, and it's been going down. Here it is at some support at 103.50. I said if you want to buy this stock, I said buy it. It's 2 years out and never look at it, because this is what it does. It does great, and then it dies, and then it tries to do great, and then it dies. So you could anticipate that it's going to hold these two levels here, but RSI says it's weak. Stochastics say it's weak. Everything says it's weak. Volume says it's weak. It's very high volume to the downside as well. So is it a buy area? I wouldn't buy it. Maybe at 96 I would dabble. But at 96.50 I would dabble. But this area you could, but I wouldn't. So you take that as how you want it. But below it's 200 SMA, below it's 100 SMA, below it's 50, below it's 20. Hard sell with hard volume into support, barely holding on to that support. RSI at 30. Stochastics down, not ready yet. Yeah, I wouldn't catch that knife. All right. This stock, this is a hard one because it lost its uptrend. It lost its uptrend here. Okay, it lost its trend line here. Okay, the 20 SMA tried to cross over the 50, and now it's crossing back over. Okay, you're getting rejected by the 50. I mean, this was a 100. 20 SMA try to cross its 100. Now it's crossing back over. It crossed over its 50, and now it's struggling to cross over its 50, and now it's back in consolidation here at below 69.62. So it might consolidate sideways. It needs to get back above 70 and stay above 70, and then get back above 72.50. There's a gap fill there, and then there's your moving averages there. So there's a lot of work that this needs to be done. It doesn't look good on either side. It doesn't look good on the upside. It doesn't look good on the downside. It looks like it's going to go to the sideways action. Okay, because if it does go up, it's going to get rejected at 72 or 72.50, right at that gap fill. Probably 72 though. If it goes down, you have good support at 66, 66 and 67. So, you're gonna be stuck. You're gonna be stuck. Okay, you're gonna be stuck sideways. So, right now, I would not touch this. RSI below 50. I'd wait, or if you're already in it, I would just, depending on how much time you have on it, I would wait on it, or just get rid of it. If you're not in it, I wouldn't get in it unless there's some news or something, or some event that's happening that you really want to get into it for. Otherwise, there's better things out there. There are a lot of better things out there. Okay. All right. Hopefully I said everything I had to say about that one. Okay. Let's see what's next. Okay, Tesla already did. Okay, plug. Okay, perfect. Okay. All right, plug here. It's in this channel here. Okay, it's if it breaks out of this channel, it could go to 212. Okay, but if it stays in this channel, it's going to consolidate either above $1.73 and just go sideways, or it's going to pull back and then go sideways, and then go higher. But it looks good. Looks like it wants to go higher, but you're right at resistance. You're right at resistance, and that's happened last time, and then it just came back, and then boom, you're right back at it. I don't know if it's going to come back and do the same, but if it does, you know where to buy it. If it stays up here, then you're going to consolidate and then go higher. But if you break out, you're just going to go higher to 212. Okay, and 212. Let's see, 212, yes. Okay. If you go higher than that, 262. Okay, those are your options. You break out of there, you go 212, 262 possible. You stay in here, you consolidate on $1.63. Okay, you pull back, you go back here, you buy that up again, you could come back up here. All right. Those are your options there. Okay, let's see here. I feel like I did that. Yeah, I think I did that stock here before. So plug, I didn't realize it was a penny stock. Is that like it's like an electric battery stock, or is that the something else? Either way, oh well. Okay, let's move on. Okay. Okay. All right. This stock looks good. Looks really good. Actually, looks phenomenal. I like it a lot. Looks phenomenal. Okay, many reasons. Number one, we have long consolidation here. It's about to break out. Volume increasing, great. RSI holding on the 50, pointing up, great. Squeeze forming, and it's been long-term forming, and it's looking like it's going positive. Stochastics going positive. Okay, this stock looks like it's on the verge of a breakout with a little cup and handle and bull flag combo. And we have a gap fill right here. Right here. It's right there. At about 113.42. So 113.42. Okay. So gap fill right there. Okay, we break out here. Right? We break out here. We break out here. We are going to that gap fill. So 13 points easy on there, on that breakout. Okay, this stock hasn't moved in a long time. So what does that tell you? Well, I like stocks that haven't moved in a long time. You know why? Because it means their options are cheap. You know why? Because the implied volatility is still high right now. It's actually really high. Usually when a stock doesn't move for a while, implied volatility is low. But maybe this stock has a really high implied volatility. Well, this one is pretty high. 75 and 80. 75, 56, and this one's 80, 86. Okay. So, not a cheap stock because the implied volatility is high. But I think it goes. And I think it goes pretty fast. And I think it goes past 113. And we hit 115 to 120. So that looks good. Okay. I'm gonna have to remember this one. I'm gonna have to write it down. Let's see. Give me a piece of paper. Give me my pen. All right. What is it? A lab. All right, A lab. I have to check that in, because if it does rally, if it does pop off, then I'm gonna be looking at lottos since implied volatility is so high. I'll be looking at lottos because lottos are cheap. Lottos are real cheap. And this could be a nice banger. Okay, let me check out the lower time frames. All right, good volume on the breakout. Squeeze already fired on the 4 hour. That's a good sign. 1 hour. 1 hour looks okay. Don't really like the RSI or the stochastic, so I'm going to have to check this out in the morning. But if we maintain above that 100, I will definitely get some lottos. Some lottos for that one. Looks good. Looks good. Probably best one that I've seen today. It was so MicroStrategy and A Labs, pretty good, solid ones. All right, next one, ET. All right, ET phone home. All right, so got a problem here. Problem here is this one's in consolidation, just like the last one. But see, the difference between this one and the last one is I don't like this consolidation. It's trash consolidation. It's weak consolidation. The difference is the last one was in a nice cup and handle bull flag pattern, and the consolidation was straight. See, this one, and the R size was above 50s on the last one. This one, there's no cup and handle. There's no bull flag pattern. This consolidation attempted to break out, got rejected. Okay, and then now it's rejecting all of its moving averages. RSI is below 50. Squeeze is there, but it's pointing down. Okay, stochastics are going down. This one it's going to keep going sideways, or it's going to fall. Here, I'll tell you what. It's going to keep going sideways, or it'll fall. Kind of because this is looking like a head and shoulders pattern. So we got one shoulder here. We got a head here. We got another shoulder right here. We got a squeeze coming down. We got the R side pointing down. This is, giving me all negative signs that it might drop. Okay, but if it does drop, I might be interested, because if it does drop and I see it's getting bought up, that means it's going to fake drop down and then come back right up. So other than that, I wouldn't touch this right now, though. All right. Okay. Yeah, wouldn't touch that one right now. The other one I would definitely touch immediately. But the other one, no. Okay. All right, Pepsi. Pepsi's looking good. We made money on Pepsi. All right, we made money on Pepsi. Should have bought back in today, but I wasn't really. I was occupied with other things, like coin and MicroStrategy and Boeing, and just overall market. But Pepsi looks good. Has support at 133 that it held yesterday, held today. Nice bull flag. And, this reminds me of Apple, right? So Apple was in a consolidation, doing nothing, doing crap, and then broke out, had a nice rally. Now it's setting up a bull flag. And I think Pepsi is going to set up, and it's going to go. I think it's going to go past 140. I think it'll go to 143. I think 143 is a good opportunity. So another 10 points. So this nice bull flag set up to 143. 140 definitely gonna hit. I think 717 is the I think we'll run before let's see, 717 is this month. Okay, so that's in 8 days. Okay, I think we'll at least run. Oh shit, if the market doesn't do anything this week, I don't know if Pepsi will either. So it might run next week, but I don't know if it'll hit 143 before. But would I play earnings on this? I think so. Pepsi has been beaten up, and it's getting out of that beat up zone, and I think it's ready to actually come back and I think it's ready to come back to 145, 150 area. I think this is a good long play. I think it's a good long play, and I would hold it through earnings because of just where it is. Now, of course, earnings are always 50-50. Doesn't matter what I say, but I think this is a good candidate. I think it's a good candidate. I would hold it. I would hold it through earnings. All right. Now, J.P. Morgan. Okay, talking about the banks. Banks have been shit lately, huh? Well, the last 4 days, 3 days. What do I think of J.P. Morgan, right? I think J.P. Morgan has completed a wave 5 for sure. Wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. I think that's a wave 5 here. Okay, let me check that 4 hour. Definitely a wave 5. Look at that. Beautiful divergence here. Beautiful divergence. Okay, now do we have our A, possible B. It might be a little bit higher, but we still need to get our C down. I wouldn't touch this yet. Until we get another drop towards a 270. Yeah, 270. I would wait for another drop to 270. And if that happens before earnings, then maybe it's any setup for a new wave 1 through 5 up. But this one definitely completed its wave 5, and now it's going into its ABC correction, and that C correction is going to be at 270. It might be a little bit more, maybe 269, 268, but around 270, I'd be looking at it. Maybe goes a little bit more. I don't know. Maybe earnings come out and it goes like a lot more. I don't know. But I wouldn't touch it here. Definitely wouldn't touch it here. And if you're in it, I would get out of it. Okay. All right. AVGO. All right. AVGO. Clear all that out. All right, AVGO in this bullish channel. It does have a bearish divergence on there. Not looking so hot. Okay, bearish divergence on there. Not looking so hot. Still trying to make highs. Okay, but failed to stay above this high. Okay, still making a bull flag though. So here it is, right here. The next couple of days, next Thursday, Friday, is gonna be: do we break out and up to 285, or do we break down back to 265? Okay, so that's what you're gonna do. That bearish divergence, it's holding on to the edge. It couldn't finish the breakout here. If it stays above that 278, then it could go 285 and keep going, because it needs to get away from that edge. But if it can't and it loses it, it's coming back down here. maybe even 260, 261, 262, that 20 SMA. But if it falls outside of the channel, that's no good. So let me double check on the 4 hour how that's looking. So yeah, 4 hour, has the same thing, bearish divergence. Okay, we have bull flag setting up on there, but we need to see it push through. So we need to see, does it hold? We go higher, 285. It doesn't, we go back down, 265. Okay, simple as that. Simple as that. Seeing the banks getting that wave 5, it might put a lot more caution on things, right? A lot more caution. Okay. All right, let's see here. Okay, now we go into hood, huh? All right. All right, hood. All right, hood. I called hood last 2 weeks ago. I said it's gonna go 99. Or no, actually, it was more than 3. It was 3 weeks ago. I said it was going 81, then 99. But I didn't play it. Hood is not one of my favorite stocks. I gotta say, I don't know. I think we played it a couple of times, and I don't know. It's never stuck with me. All right, so what do I think of it now? Well, it's been rallying all the way from 35. It hit 100. Okay. All on this idea that it's going to join the S&P. Has it joined the S&P? I don't know. I don't know if it did or not. But that's all I've been hearing, right? That's all people have been saying to me about. So what do I think of it right now? Well, it hit my targets, both my medium and my high target. Do I think it has more juice? Doesn't look like it. It's RSI is kind of wishy-washy, very wishy-washy. Stochastics is already fallen down. DMI is already crossed over. We had high volume to that 100, but then it's starting to trickle down. It has a bull flag, ugly one, but it's still a bull flag. Okay, we had a channel, it broke out, failed, and back inside. Okay, it's consolidating now. So basically, you're in the presence of this here. 90 to 97. Oh shit. 90 to 97. You're in the consolidation zone. Okay, you might stay there for a little while. Okay, RSI is above 50 on the 4 hour. Squeeze forming. Obviously 100 and 99 are going to be very good resistance areas. So you need to get past that in order to go higher. Okay. Let's look at the monthly here. Oh. Okay, so that's not a good start to the monthly, but again, it's only the start of the monthly. That could change tremendously. Okay, let's look at the weekly. Okay, weekly's indecision right now. We have that good rejection from that 100 from last week. I wouldn't expect it to break out this week. I wouldn't at all. So, so if you're long termist, if you want to hold, go ahead. But I think this is a good area to consider, taking profits on. If it great. Okay. So I don't like the rejection outside the channel. It hit 100, which is a major, major level. Okay, it's setting up here, but it just needs to show me more. It needs to show me more. I'm seeing a lot of things I don't like, but I'm seeing some good things I do like. It just needs to show me more. All I can say is don't let it go below 90 because it's going to go. It might not see 100 for a little while. If it does go below 90, it might take a revisit to 85. If it goes past 97, you have a chance to break that 99, 100. But until then, you're going to go sideways. Okay. Adobe. Okay, Adobe's been jumping around from 375 back to 390. It looked like it wanted to go before, and then it just did not want to go. It lost at 376.50 today, or 375, even better. Yeah, I mean even worse. It lost 375. RSI couldn't come back over that 50. Descending triangle. So here's the thing. This is all I can say about Adobe here. This is descending triangle. It has 2 more days, maybe even 3, but 2 more days for sure inside of it. It already broke down. If it gets back in here, that could be a tall tale that it's starting to break out to the upside. If it doesn't get in here, it's going to 362. Okay. That's it. That's all I got with Adobe. Okay. All right. Say CNC, huh? All right. CNC. All right. Well, I don't know what this is, but obviously it had a hard drop, right? So obviously some news came out. Whatever that news is, I don't really care. It just, whenever you have a hard drop like that, whenever you have a hard drop or pop, doesn't matter. It's going to go sideways for a little while or a long while. So you might think, oh, this is the bottom. And it might be, but you're more less likely to break out of this zone. So you're most likely going to stay in the zone for a little while. Let me see here. Oh, you need to get back above 40. Okay, let me see here. Okay, so that's not even the worst part, right? Okay, so let me see this one. To the left. Okay, there we go. Okay, the 35. All right, 35. Okay, so. All right, yeah. So, here, 35 is good support resistance. Okay, 25.73 is better support. 31 haven't seen that support, so I wouldn't know if this is going to be the bottom. The volume is still low there, even though it was actually good. It was actually good. So nice candle, nice bullish engulfing candle. That's good, but it needs follow through. If it has follow through, if it could close above 33.16 tomorrow, it has good follow through, and you could make it back over to 35. Okay, but you know you're not going to be long this until it's above 35, and more importantly, going back over 40. So, and unless it's above 35 going to 40, then you're going to hit 35 and then come back down, and you're going to be in between this 31 and 35 area in consolidation. So, you know, tomorrow, if it's above 33.16, good. You're going to go to 35. Okay, if not, you're going to consolidate and just kill time. Okay. Okay, GTLB. I think I said this before on this one. It has a double bottom. It looks good. Long calls only. You know, our size above 50. It's a slow mover, but long calls only, and it looks like it's gonna go to 49.30, and then to 52, 53. It could be a W pattern, easy W pattern, and if it's a W pattern, it's gonna go to 54. Okay, and if it gets past that, it'll go to 57. Okay, but it's a long hold. It's a long hold. It looks good though. Okay, RGTS. Okay, RGTS. Okay, doesn't exist. Doesn't exist. RGTS doesn't exist. Okay. So, sorry about that. Okay, SawCon. I don't know what SawCon is. I need ticker symbols, not names, man. Sorry. Okay. UPS. UPS straight in consolidation. It's bottlenecking here, but it's still consolidating, and it still looks like it's dead money. It's been dead money for a while, bro. For a while, holding above 50 RSI, but still dead money. You know, I don't see anything good, and I don't see anything bad about it. I think it's just going sideways. I think it needs to set up more. Good thing is, above 50 RSI. But it's just it's not doing anything. It's not attractive to me at all. It just doesn't look good. Does not look good. It looks sideways. Okay. Okay. PayPal here. Hit that 200 SMA. Rejected. Okay. As long as it stays above this area here, 75, it needs to stay above 75, and then this bull flag is good, and then it could break out of there and go higher, but we don't want to see it below 74. That's trouble. That's trouble. So above 75, good. Below 74, bad. All right. All right. Meta hit that all-time high level, 741. Came back. Okay, it's making a bull flag, but again, I think all markets all gonna consolidate sideways. So I think it's consolidating sideways still. Big cup, that's for sure. Big giant cup there. Um, this one, nice, it's set up. If it does go, does rally, 760, 780. Okay. And then on the way to 800 if it goes. But so far, it's just consolidating here, just like the entire market. Okay. What are your thoughts on SPY tomorrow? Like I said, I think we consolidate all week, so it could be going down. J&J consolidating here. Nice bull flag. It needs to break this 158 though. I mean, it could look good all at once, but it needs to break out. And with earnings coming up, 7/16 within 7 days, I'm not sure it's gonna break out before earnings. So if you want to play earnings, go for it. But I don't think it's gonna break out until earnings, and that'd be your target 164. Okay. Okay. MRK. All right, MRK, look, it looks good here because it broke out of this long-term downward channel. Finally, right? Broke out of there. Okay. Broke above that 100 estimate as well. Okay, and it closed above there. That's good. Squeeze for me hasn't fired yet. So next thing we need to do is break above 85, 88. Okay. That's the next target. Gets above that, then it's going to go to 90. All right. And now you got earnings coming up on this one too. 7/29 end of month. All right. RSI looks good. Squeeze looks good. Everything looks good on that. Looks like it's going to go higher. So 85 and 90 looks great. All right. This one looks good. Long looks good. Yeah, it looks like it's bottoming out, and it could be a nice one. Nice one long. So that one looks good. Now it looks long, right? Before over here, not so much. Now it's looking good. See, now it's looking a lot better. As long as it maintains above 83, 83.40, we should be steadily going higher. Okay. All right. AI. All right. Hey man, I've been doing it for a long time. It's takes a lot of practice. Okay, but thank you. All right, AI. So AI. Look at AI. Is been kind of all over the place right here. Blah 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 blah. Right. So major areas that we have problems with is up here in the 40s. Well, we're down in the 20s. Okay, so we got room to go. RSI all the way up to that 50 point. Squeeze forming looks good. We're getting into some resistance here right around that 29 area, but I think that this bull flag on this weekly here is getting ready to fire up. Squeeze setting up. RSI above 50. Everything looks good. I think this one's getting ready to go. And then where are we going? We're gonna go into this 40 area, 37 to 20 to 40. So I think we're gonna revisit that. That's a huge push, right? So if we go to 37 or 38, that's a $10 move, right? $10 move on a $27 stock. That's a huge move. All right. So buying some long calls on this, some lottos. I mean, not lottos, leaps, some leaps, long calls. Even some monthly calls on this one, I think is a no-brainer because this one's setting up, has strong candles coming up. Once we break that 30 area, we should hit 37 and get into those 40. So today I got in because at first it was rejecting that 200, but then I saw it get the end of day get back over that 200 and holding. So I was like, all right, this is telling me that it's strong. So got long it. Okay. Now we only have to break that 30. I don't know how long it's going to take. That's why I got leaps on it. But once we do break that, we're going to start ripping and running like the old AI. All right. So that's what I'm letting you know right there. AI looks good long term for sure. And maybe in the next month or two as well. Okay. Okay, STZ Constellation. Okay, Constellation is it's a beverage brand, right? They own Corona and like all the tequila brands and stuff like that. I believe so. This one is a double bottom setup. It's not as strong as the Pepsi looking one, or it's not as strong as Pepsi, but it definitely does look good. We had earnings, and they missed earnings, but it still popped, so they must have good guidance. So I wouldn't really mess with this until it was above 177, 178. Once it got above 178, then I would be full on blown to 200. Okay, 178, yeah, and then 22 points, yeah, I would be long it to 200. But I mean, it looks good. It looks good. Looks good. I just I don't like this sell off here. It could easily just sell back down. But if we could get another strong candle up, then I'd be more inclined to be long it. If we get above 178, I'd be definitely inclined to be long it. Okay. All right. Amazon here. All right, Amazon wishy-washy. It came out today a report that said their first day of Prime sales is down 40% than usual. That's never good news, right? Never good news because that says their sales are going to be down for the quarter. So, it's hard to gauge that because what if their next two days or 3 days of Prime sales aren't going to be as good as well? So then that's going to hurt the stock. So right now it's just consolidating. And I think it's going to continue consolidating until that kind of information is out. Especially because, we have a bearish divergence on here as well. It's just going sideways. It's stuck at a really strong area. Let's see here. I don't think it goes past 227 right now. I think it probably revisits 217 before anything. Unless there's some good news that comes out and it has record sales tomorrow. But other than that, it did get bought up though. It did get bought up. Here's the news, and then it came back, and then it kind of just went sideways. So, when I see stuff like that, when it's like bad news in the stock, and it falls and it comes back, then I'm feeling like the markets and the stocks are waiting for something, especially when they're going sideways. So something's going to come out, not just for Amazon, it's just for the whole entire market. And I think that's going to either drop it or pop it. But I think it's more likely going to drop it than pop it. So, I'm telling you guys, be cautious. Be cautious on that. But Amazon, honestly, just looks consolidation right now. I think it goes sideways. All right. All right. Oscar is it's not looking the greatest. It popped up high, hit my targets, and then came back down. and then came back to my targets. We have a gap fill right here, and that's looking where it's looking like it's going. Okay, at that 15 point. So if it loses those moving averages, I think it goes 15. Maybe it bounces there at 15, and then you got to have a chance. But RSI below 50, stochastic's going down. Most moving average, momentum is going down. We're losing moving averages. So if we lose that 50, then we lose that 200. You got to hold that 100 and bounce back, and that's going to be a strong area to bounce back at. So I would look at 15 to get something in there, but otherwise, it's looking weak. I think for Moderna, I said last week that this one was actually looking good and actually looking like a nice breakout, and it did. So I slept on that one. So it looks good. It looks like it's going to continue going. I think here targets here. You got targets here as well. So you got 34, 36. You got support right here, 32. So nice push. Okay, holding. Looks good. Looks good. You're above this resistance of 30.38. Okay, you're holding above there. Your next target is going to be 37.64 and 38 area, but your next two targets are 34 and 36. All right. Okay. Let's see. All right, let's look at Bitcoin here. So Bitcoin. Okay, Bitcoin. So here's my problem with Bitcoin right now is we have a breakout point right here at 111. I mean 11,002. Wait, what am I doing? 112,329. Okay, we had a breakout point there. We went higher and then we failed to stay higher. Okay, so I need it to get over that, or else this is coming back down. Okay, we had a squeeze fire off too, and it's not looking strong. So if this isn't pushing in the morning, then we know it's coming back down. It's coming back down. All right. All right, guys, that's all I got for you tonight. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for supporting the channel and supporting me. And I'll see you guys next time. Appreciate you guys. Good night.